Ravenwood High School for WC-TV basketball action on a Friday night. Michael Williams alongside my partner Parker Hazard for this ladies game tonight between the Lady Raptors and the Lady Rebels of Franklin High School. Looking at the starting lineups as they come out on the floor. Franklin's already named theirs. It's Ren Doran, Lauren McKnight, Bergen Ali, Brenna Swiger, and Katie O'Neill. Franklin's coached by Jay Johnson. First time back on the coach's seat for quite some time. Longtime boys coach. And Ravenwood's girls coached by Coach Andrew James. We're here a couple of weeks ago with these Ravenwood Lady Raptors as they are set to take the floor. Mary Prestigard, the junior. Reagan Grimes, Ella Craig, as well as Lexi Erickson out on the floor, and we are underway. Parker Hazard, tell us what we need to know as we get underway.
Well, that last name that you mentioned, Michael, Lexi Erickson, big game this last week, 29 points in her last outing here for the Lady Raptors, looking to be one of the vocal leaders on and off the court that Coach was talking about this week, and going to look for her leadership tonight to keep their 4-5 record in the league, keep it on the rise going into this latter half of the season.
So a quick turnover by the Raptors as Franklin takes over, and we've got a timeout on the floor as we check our basketball, I believe. And Jasmine Brown, the senior, number 2, she rounds out the starters for the Raptors. 0-0, your score just underway here at Ravenwood High School for this District 11 AAA matchup.
Michael, I'll pick that back up on this after this offensive possession of the Raptors. Big steal there defensively.
Rebels in a man-to-man, dump it down low into Ella Craig, unable to connect, and Lady Rebels back up the floor quickly.
So look here for the Lady Rebels, Michael, number 30, Kate O'Neill, the junior down low, is going to be big for the Lady Rebels offensive production and on the boards. That is something that Coach Johnson has spoken highly about. And Bergen Ali mentioned before, guard, sophomore out there, number 15. For those Lady Rebels, trying to get on the winning path, growing team, Coach Johnson in his first season as a ladies coach, as you said.
Ball inside to Reagan Grimes for her first 2 and breaks the scoring ice. Reagan Grimes has her first 2, and Ravenwood out on top. Long distance shot from Elizabeth Flynn, who has checked into the game for for Ren Doran.
Yeah, that's the second open shot Doran has had. You know, if I'm the coaching staff on the Franklin bench right now, if you got it open, keep shooting. Points on the board's what we need, and right now, nice little trap here, half-court defense.
Grimes again tries to force it inside.
Good D. O'Neill.
And Ella Craig will be fouled as she tried this short range shot. It just heads to the line for 2.
So Doran on the foul there defensively for the Lady Rebels. Good defensive stand down low on the block. Making the Lady Raptors get it the hard way.
Craig for her second shot. And that one rolls in, so she's 1 for 2 as
little home roll there.
The Raptors take the 3-0 lead. Good floor burn there, and we have the tie-up. A lot of things going on all at once, and
it's a great job by Jean Costello there for the Lady Rebels. Jasmine Brown of Ravenwood on the big half-court defense there. And Costello able to keep it for Franklin, and then just now lost it once again. Here come the Raptors.
So the turnover by Franklin, 6 minutes to go here in the first. Inside to Grimes, and she's off the glass for her first 2 of the night. So, or her second, or 4th points rather, Reagan Grimes.
Yeah, Megan Grimes 2 for 2 down low on the block. Seems to be a good target there for the Lady Raptors offense. See if the Rebels on offense here can answer.
Schweiger unable to connect and quickly brought out by the Raptors. That is Lexi Erickson quickly up the floor, forces the shot. No good. Grimes able to collect the offensive board, but they'll call her on the travel.
Nice little drive there on the right wing by Erickson. Good defense down low by the Lady Rebels, getting the turnover. See if we can get some first points on the board for Franklin here.
So nearly 3 minutes gone here in the first. Franklin has yet to connect. Costello again inside.
Nice little floater by the sophomore. Lady Rebels on the board, Michael.
Back up to Grimes. Nice backdoor cut by Mary Prestigard, her first two of the night. Nicely drawn up play, the little give and go.
Just like Coach drew it up.
Franklin working, giving up some open shots. Costello.
They're trying to get Megan O'Neill down low with some room, but good interior defense by the Lady Raptors. Good offensive rebound.
Kate O'Neill from the foul line and unable to connect, and here come the Lady Raptors. Inside, nicely done by Katie O'Neill.
Great defense.
And hustles to the floor.
Nice ball movement.
Back inside to Katie O'Neill, and she's tied up. Costello will launch and nails the three.
Big bucket there for the Lady Rebels, just what they were looking for. Great ball movement, showing the threat that O'Neill has down low. Defense surrounds her, she kicks it back up to the top. Great shot by the Lady Rebels.
So Costello now with all 5 of Franklin's points. Nice drive.
Wow.
To the rim by Lexi Erickson for her first 2.
The junior guard for the Lady Raptors. Should be hearing a lot of her name tonight. They're going to be looking towards her.
Rendorn again to the left side. O'Neill comes away with the offensive board, and Costello again unable to connect.
Great defense down low by Grimes.
Grimes. Looking inside, Franklin packing that down deeply. And Lexi Erickson with the 3 extends the lead 12-5.
Like you said, Michael, a lot of attention down low on Grimes. Erickson left wide open. That's a dangerous spot out there for her.
Nice up and under by Katie O'Neill, and she's fouled. She'll head to the line for 2.
A lot of work from that Lady Rebels offense. Needs to look through number 30, Kate O'Neill, and great job down low.
Katie was on my 6th grade team, well, what seems to be 1,000 years ago now. She's a junior in high school.
It's hard to believe how fast it goes, huh?
Lauren McKnight checking back in, as do a host of Raptors. As O'Neill set to try her second foul shot. And she'll hit that to cut the Raptor lead in half, 12-6 early on. There you see the junior, Katie O'Neill. Franklin extending that trapping defense, and just about lost it. Nice baseline drive. The kick to Elizabeth Flynn. Did I get that right? Did I miss the number?
Looks like it was the junior off the bench, Rachel Hillman, left wide open on the wing there.
Sorry about that.
No, yeah, a little bit of personnel change by the Raptors, and worked out well. Lady Rebels with the great half-court defense.
McKnight unable to connect on the 3. Fought for and knocked out of bounds. Stays the Rebels' way.
Great hustle there by Lila Gardner, the freshman guard, keeping possession down on their end.
Dornan Ali check back in for the Lady Rebs. So look to cut into this 9-point lead by Ravenwood.
Great pick by O'Neal.
Long distance shot. That was Bergen Ali. Her first 3 of the night.
Beautiful setup.
Inside again, taken away by the Lady Rebs. Here they come. Kate O'Neal on the drive. Does
All the way.
And be called on the reach.
Love to see a post player take the ball all the way down the court with thoughts in mind to take it right to the rim. Great job there by the junior. We're going to take a break.
So Swiger checking in. So O'Neal will take a rest. .130 to go here in the first. Franklin trying for what Jay Johnson called tried to get their first signature win of the year. They could do themselves a huge favor by coming into the Ravenwood gym and stealing one.
That's right. And a lot of these girls didn't get a start till close
Long
to November.
distance pass, nearly lost, but Costello running that one down. Minute left. Costello launches from downtown, looking for the roll and fought for and knocked out of bounds and stays the Lady Rebels' way.
And you mentioned the signature win. Coach Johnson talking about that close to November, all these girls were finally together due to previous extracurricular activities. So they're starting to gel together and find that mold. And tonight, like you said, would be a huge victory to come in to Ravenwood territory.
Set the high screen for Bergen Ali. She's unable to connect on the long distance 3. And Ravenwood has 42 seconds to work with here in the first.
Great pressure.
Into the corner. Rachel Hillman.
2 for 2.
And Hillman with her second tray of the night and doubles up the Lady Rebs 18-9. 22 seconds now remaining.
Hot spot for Hillman down low on that left wing.
Ren Doran, or the third of the Doran sisters. She's got 5 seconds to shoot here. Franklin a little too patient here, and now they launch. And falling short on the 3 is Lauren McKnight. So at the end of 1, Ravenwood 18, Franklin 9.
Not a bad first half by the Lady Rebels. Raptors, well, both teams actually started a little slow, a little cold. Raptors kind of got a little hot there towards the end of the first quarter. Great half-court defense by the Lady Rebels, though. Slowing down that front-court offense by Erickson and Chasmin Brown. Going to need to look more toward the inside work if you are the Lady Rebels. Good job by Ravenwood closing off the center, not able to get to Swiger or O'Neal. So we'll see what type of adjustments they can do. Just a 9-point game, not an insurmountable lead at all if you are the Lady Rebels.
Well, before we get started on the second quarter, take a chance to wish our buddy Paul Brees a happy big 5-0.
Oh,
Paul
5-0 for Paul.
His birthday is today, so
happy birthday, Paul.
Paul out celebrating the big day with his family. He'll be back with Parker next week.
I'll try to refrain from 50-year-old jokes next week as much as I can.
Again, Ravenwood, as we start the second quarter, up 18-9. And again, Franklin extending that trap and try to throw it over the top. Knocked out of bounds by the Lady Rebs.
It's a great little 1-3-1 zone they had there at the half-court baseline.
There you see Jay Johnson down there in front of the Franklin Lady Rebel bench, and we got a tie-up. Wanted to mention that Jay has been, I believe he's been a long time AD for Franklin. He started his coaching career back in the mid-1990s. Been at Franklin for a good number of years. He's one of the members of the 1989 state championship crew.
That's right.
Along with Kevin Anglin, who's now the coach over to MBA. So inside, Schweigert. Again, these Lady Rebs showing almost too much patience, don't you think, Parker? By maybe an extra pass too many so far.
It really attests the job that the Lady Raptors defense has done, how well they've done down low, not letting an O'Neal get any space and body movement under the basket.
We saw Coach
Big
Johnson
defense here.
And we've got a double dribble, so the turnover turns into a turnover.
But yeah, they're getting Ravenwood's. You can see Ravenwood's letting, as we see the Lady Rebels coach Andrew James there. They are letting the perimeter shooting of the Lady Rebels fly.
So some long cross-court passes. Those were bound to be stolen. And O'Neal up the floor, the post player with the lay-in. Kate O'Neal with her first field goal of the night. And Franklin closes the gap 18-11. As I believe that is Coach Andrew James of Ravenwood. He'll take the timeout. 6:53 to go here in the second quarter.
After that defensive stand there by the Lady Rebels and turnover to a quick score. Great job driving there on the left side by O'Neal. James wanting to get that little quick break to regroup. Franklin, a scrappy team with a lot of heart.
There you see Coach Andrew James. A lot of district positioning happening right now as we approach the last weekend of January. Some token pressure being applied now by that Lauren McKnight. And they're trying to trap that over in the corner up high. And it's worked out so far as Franklin has been able to come away with some steals like they do now. And quickly again, O'Neal back up the floor. And again, Kate O'Neal out in front, taking advantage of the break. And Franklin now closes the gap to 5, 18-13.
See how they're doing this defense here? Just shutting it down right at the perimeter, not letting any inside game.
Prestigard off the back iron, and Franklin comes away with it.
Forcing that bad shot, going into the transition offense.
Again, O'Neal back up the floor. Thought she may have had an opportunity for the lay-in, but kicked out for the three, and Ravenwood able to fight for it, and they come away with it. Foul is called. I believe that will be on Lauren McKnight.
Yeah, and great hustle by McKnight. They're on the transition offense, and they're on defensively on Jasmine Brown, and she'll take a rest. Good work by number 12 for the Lady Rebels.
Ella Craig back into the game for Ravenwood. Again, there comes that high trap, that high pressure. Into the 1-3 until the ball gets lower, or the 1-3-1 rather, until the ball gets lower, and then they pick up man-to-man.
That's right. Once they hit that perimeter, that's when they go into that man. But the Lady Raptors haven't been able to get into that offense here in the second quarter. Yeah.
Kind of probing those long sort of looping passes.
There we go.
Inside, nicely done. As Ella Craig, who just came off the bench, has her first field goal. Lead back up to 7, 20-13 as we approach 5 minutes to go in the half.
Well, that right there is how you decipher that that defense right there, Michael.
Kind of the two-man game with Costello and O'Neal. Costello again with the baseline 8-footer. And she'll lead all of her Franklin scores now with 7 points. The foul's called down low on the Lady Rebs, looks like. And it'll be Mary Prestigard. She'll head to the line for her first foul shot attempts of the evening.
Yeah, good foul there by Kate O'Neal, stopping the easy drive there by Prestigard, having earned it the hard way. Prestigard too is one of those girls that Coach James has said that has been a key factor for the Lady Rebels all season.
And Prestigard nails both foul shots to extend the lead to 7. And now Ravenwood extending the pressure. Driving the lane, and unable to connect is Bergen Ali.
Kate O'Neill with the offensive rebound.
Downtown is Doran, but unable to connect again. Kate O'Neill all over the place, trying to keep the ball alive for her crew.
Just endless hustle there for Kate O'Neill, trying to keep that possession in. Not necessarily a bad offensive possession if you're the Lady Rebels sideline here.
Erickson now driving to the right side. Nice cross-court pass, found her open man, and that will be Mary Prestigard again. And so Prestigard making a living from the line at the moment.
A great look there, like you said, cross-court down low on the block. And Prestigard right back to the line, see if she can do the same.
Second one is launched and off the front iron, and Franklin able to come away with it. 4 minutes to go here in the second. Lead has extended to 8 for Ravenwood. Again, a nice drive by Swiger.
Not a bad look there by Swiger. Good aggressive drive.
Inside, there's Jay Johnson playing a little defense over on the sideline. And the Lady Rebs will be called for the foul, a little overly aggressive. And
great trap defense there by O'Neill and Ali. Both players kind of looking for maybe a fumble out of bounds. Nonetheless, we'll give the Lady Raptors another chance offensively here.
Again, kind of that Franklin defense forcing Ravenwood into those long, loopy passes.
It seemed to
nice
work until
look
they get
inside. They forgot about Ella Craig. Ella Craig with her 5th points extends the lead to 10.
Great job finding the ball inside there. Lady Rebels, or excuse me, Raptors, as the Lady Rebels looking to answer here on this.
Swiger unable to connect, and now here come Lady Raptors again. Got a great defensive plan here, but Franklin just unable to hit shots. Outside here is Lexi Erickson. High bounce off the rim and knocked out of bounds by the Raptors. 2:46 to go here in the second quarter. Franklin going to try to eat into this 10-point edge.
And you mentioned the lack of shooting there for the Lady Rebels. That is something Coach Johnson mentioned. But the camaraderie of the team and the teamwork on the court as we're seeing tonight. Unfortunate turnover there.
Lila Gardner, the freshman guard who just checked in for Franklin, is number 24.
But you got to think the shots will eventually start falling for the Lady Rebels as they continue to fire shots at the net, but they got to stay strong defensively here.
Nice look inside again. And Franklin able to take it away this time on the break. They're going to call her Brenna Swiger. Let the dribble come up a little too high, and that'll be a turnover.
Brenna Swiger, the junior forward soccer player as well. First year playing basketball, key player Coach Johnson was talking about. Leads the team in steals, actually, as we see her face guarding here.
And that Franklin defense again forcing the turnover.
A lot of turnovers by this Rebels defense, just not a lot of offensive production answering it. 2 minutes left to go. See if they can get into this 10-point lead, Michael.
Gardner again running the point, the freshman. And Bergen Ali will be fouled.
Looks like they're going to get Flynn there with the hand check foul.
Rendorn checking back in. Finding that lane is the freshman. That's Gardner. Nicely done, but unable to connect.
Fearless drive by the freshman. Tell you what, they're not getting out of that little 1-3-1 zone, Michael, or the Lady Rebels. Going to force the Raptors to keep doing what they're doing.
Inside again to Craig.
And as I say that,
Craig extends the lead to 12, 1:15 to go here in the second. Long distance shot by Bergen Ali and unable to connect.
it's a good job by the Lady Raptors defense closing out the center, forcing perimeter shots still. Franklin has not been able to get through that defense.
Under a minute to go.
Craig down low looking for position.
So the Raptors again inside and again nearly the turnover. And the ball will stay Ravenwood's way on the tie-up. 25 seconds to go in the half.
Great defense by Bergen Ali down there on the mismatch with Craig. Stopping the clock, making him reset here. Looks like they might wait for the last shot.
Erickson again now, under 10. Should take it herself, drives the lane, and off the glass is Lexi Erickson. 8 points in the first half, and that will bring it to a close. So at the end of the first half, Ravenwood 29, Franklin 15, Ravenwood rather with an 11-point quarter. And there you see it. Franklin trying to get their first signature win of the season, and that brings us to halftime. We are back for second half action on the WC-TV Game of the Week. Stay with us. Back at Ravenwood High School, where the Ravenwood Lady Raptors have a 14-point edge on the Lady Rebels. 29-15, just underway in the third quarter. Parker Hazard has joined me. I'm Michael Williams for the WC-TV Game of the Week. Talked to Parker a little bit about our first half action. What'd you see?
Well, what I saw was a toughly fought first quarter, a little low scoring, great defense on both sides. Defense did not change on either side. Franklin's defense actually got better there in the half court with that 1-3-1. But the Lady Raptors with Ella Craig down low was able to work through it. The lack of shooting productivity from the Lady Rebels kind of cost them, which got them to this deficit now. We'll see if they can get on the board.
Nice turn is Brenna Swiger for her first 2 points of the night.
And the junior taking the words right out of my mouth. Great first possession for the Lady Rebels and big steal.
And another turnover, or a quick turnover there by Franklin. Have been able to turn over the Lady Raptors tonight a little bit, but have not found the bucket offensively. Maybe been a little leery on squeezing the trigger on some open shots. And Doran will be called for the travel.
Yeah, I think what you were touching on right there is key. Just slowing down, taking their time just a little bit, trying to etch away at this lead. You can't get it all back at once. What's going to be big right here is to see how they do defensively on this first possession for the Lady Raptors.
Inside, Reagan Grimes, she's been an offensive weapon of late. And Mary Prestigard, she'll head back to the line. She was 3 of 4 from the foul line in the first half. She has 5 points, and she'll try another 2.
Got Kate O'Neill there with the foul down low. Not a bad foul by the junior. And not a bad foul at all there, judging by the first shot. by Prestigard.
Second one.
Talking schematically, of course.
Right. On its way, and Prestigard she'll knock down the second of 2. So the 13-point edge now by Ravenwood. Jasmine Brown applying the pressure up front for the Lady Raptors. Baseline drive falls short, or goes long rather, and Ravenwood again coming away with a defensive rebound.
Little trigger happy was McKnight there on the baseline.
Looking for that back door and a little greedy on the pass, and here comes Franklin with the turnover.
Great steal by Doran there in the paint. Not going to last very long there as Ravenwood takes over. Little turnover-ridden second half here, isn't it, Michael?
As we get started, absolutely. Neither team wants to keep it offensively. Inside, and again, Kate O'Neill, the post player, she looks for the lane, ties the jump stop, and it goes for her. So Katie O'Neill, nicely done. Katie's got 6 points, or 7 rather now. 3 field goals, and all of them, Parker, have been on drives.
Absolutely, coast-to-coast scoring. Nice little pro hop there.
Inside to Grimes, and Reagan Grimes with her 6th point.
Sophomore Grimes down there, excuse me. The sophomore Grimes down there answering for the Raptors.
Swiger found a little daylight in the lane, but unable to connect. Down in the quarter, Jasmine Brown throws up the wild shot, and Franklin comes away with it. 5 minutes to go here in the third.
Great defense there by Ali on Brown.
And the errant shot taken away by Grimes. Again, here comes the Raptors quickly up the floor. That is Ella Craig unable to connect. And a couple of Lady Rebels fight for it. And Coach Jay Johnson going to call off the chaos for a second with a timeout.
Yeah, a lot of running there the past 2 and some change of this third quarter, Michael. And good strategy there to slow it down a little bit for the Lady Rebels. Getting shots off, getting open shots. That lane staying closed by the defense of the Lady Raptors, and it's showing on the scoreboard. Franklin unable to get into this lead, and Ravenwood, as we see here, trying to extend, seeing what they can do in the huddle to extend this lead tonight. Just want to remind everybody, Michael, we are broadcasting live on YouTube and Facebook, WC-TV Net, available anywhere that you can watch. And shout out to Onelo Papo Torres out in Puerto Rico, former high school and college football coach, or excuse me, basketball and baseball coach, Jorge Posada, if you ever heard of him. Hall of Fame New York Yankee catcher, used to coach him back in high school. So thank you, Mr. Torres, out in Puerto Rico, and everyone else watching around to this WC-TV Game of the Week.
Around the world, we're nationwide.
That's right.
We're global. Lady Rebs again looking to chip into this big lead, and Katie O'Neill will take extra steps and turn the ball over. Stay with us for second game action between the Ravenwood boys and the Franklin boys. Franklin will stay man-to-man right here as Erickson, she'll drive in. And Franklin able to come away with it quickly up the floor. Costello inside, Kate O'Neill turns, faces, and layup, and it's up and good. As O'Neill now with the three-point opportunity with the and one, see if she can cut this lead to 10 with the make here. And she will do just that.
Great three-point play there by Kate O'Neill. Good look from the point to get points on the board down low for the Lady Rebels.
O'Neill now, she leads Franklin with 10 points. Just under 4 to go here in the third. Grimes again inside to Brown. Brown with a short baseline runner. And gets it to go. Franklin just, once they get within yelling distance, Ravenwood able to extend the lead, seems like, each time down.
Yeah, and the Lady Raptors are capitalizing on those open players down low and on the wings and making those shots that zone is giving up.
Grimes again, she'll come in, and
nice.
Reagan Grimes with her 8th points of the night.
Powerful
extends
drive.
The lead back up to 14.
Good hustle there by Jasmine Brown on the half-court defense.
Bergen Ali checks back in, as does Ava Levine for Ravenwood. 3:13 to go here in the third. Ali off the mark with the long three-pointer. And now we're tied up on a jump ball. Heads back Ravenwood's way. Unless we got the foul call. So, yep, we'll go back to Ravenwood on the tie-up. And there it goes. Thought they weren't going to start the clock there for a second. Inside O'Neal once again. Katie O'Neal again drives the lane, and Kate O'Neal one more time cuts back into the lead. 12-point deficit now.
Plenty of time here. A couple big defensive stops here for the Lady Rebels, and they're back in it.
Inside ball falls for Ava Levine, who just came into the game. Again, the lead back up to 14. Franklin, not desperation times per se, but got to play with a sense of urgency here. Launched and hit. Swiger.
Huge elbow there by Swiger.
And again, that high trap by Franklin. Grimes again finds daylight in the lane. And Reagan Grimes now has 10 points.
Sweet little scoop shot there by Grimes.
Doran again. O'Neal with the offensive glass and up and off the backboard. Gets her own rebound, and she'll head back to the line, does Kate O'Neal.
And that's the offensive presence that the Lady Rebels were kind of missing in the first half. Getting Kate O'Neal to that line to force the Lady Raptors in foul position and get points on the board. Big physical presence down low.
Kate 3 for 4 from the line tonight as she goes for her second shot. And she'll nail it.
Huge free throws there by the Lady Rebels and Kate O'Neal.
O'Neal, I've got her now with 14 points.
That sounds about right. Had a strong second half so far. Third quarter, if you will.
Raptors again trying to look to extend a 12-point lead. Nicely done inside, but knocked away. O'Neal again just everywhere. And she'll pick up the foul on Rachel Hillman. And Coach Johnson will sit the junior O'Neal. Get her ready for the stretch run. Inside to Grimes again, turns and faces, and Grimes able to connect.
Reagan Grimes, big afternoon tonight by the young lady.
Costello downtown from the left wing off the front iron and run down by the Lady Rebs. Costello finds a bit of daylight in the lane, up off the glass. And Costello Closes the gap to 12, 30 seconds remaining here in the third.
Great job there, isolating the post by the Lady Rebels offense, giving Costello a clean lane.
Inside, another turnover. And all the way is Bergen Ali, but Franklin able to come away with the offensive glass, but turn it over. 5 seconds to go here. Got a launch. And inside,
wow.
Reagan Grimes. And they'll count it.
Stealing the last 2 points at the end of the quarter.
So Grimes with 14 points. Franklin with a 15-point quarter there. And Ravenwood with a 13-point quarter.
So by those numbers in general, not a bad quarter by either team. Franklin showing more productivity, more production there on offense. Ravenwood just countering and answering it just a little bit more. So here in this last quarter, I think you got to keep feeding number 30 if you're the Lady Rebels and staying strong on defense and forcing up bad shots from the Lady Raptors, but it just doesn't seem like they're throwing up very many bad shots tonight.
So fourth and final quarter. Here we go. Franklin down by 14.
Elizabeth Flynn not letting Bergen Ali get any space up at the point. Still not able to touch the ball.
And Franklin will turn it over. So been the Rebs plagued by turnovers tonight.
I think that one right there was just solid man-to-man face defense by the Lady Raptors, just forcing everything to the outside, not letting the Lady Rebels get anything going.
Grimes with had a big third quarter, and they get her on the tie-up.
Looked like might have taken an extra step there, keeping possession nonetheless.
So Ravenwood will maintain possession on the tie-up.
Switch down low, have O'Neal on Grimes now. Looking at that matchup down low.
Launch from downtown is Erickson.
Always dangerous.
Lexi Erickson with her third three of the night. Extends the lead to 17.
It's got to be, what, 3 or 4 from deep for
Erickson? I've got her with 3.
Okay.
Got 11 points total.
Good look.
Launch from downtown, unable to connect. Here come the Lady Raptors again. This one threatening to get away from Franklin.
Starting to get to the point where youth is starting to play a little bit of the roster from the Lady Rebels, but the heart and grit that they're showing offensive and defensively, as you see here, is not to be unnoticed.
Elizabeth Flynn, her first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, haven't called her name much. She's been on the ball defensively very well. Good 2 points there by Flynn. Trying to get down.
Inside forced pass, and Grimes will pick that one off easily.
This is where we might see the Lady Raptors slow it down a little bit, wear down the Lady Rebels defense.
Nothing doing inside to Grimes. Sorry about that.
No, right there, that proved it right there. No,
and Grimes
exactly
with
right.
16 points. She has had a monster second half, has the sophomore Reagan Grimes, number 24 for the Lady Raptors.
And you're talking about being a second half team, the Lady Raptors have definitely shown their capability at that. Earlier this week in Indy, they were down 11, and in the fourth quarter ended up getting a lead, ended up losing the game, but the fact that they were able to come back from 11 down in one quarter and take the lead, they've shown tonight that how they can hold on to a lead. I feel like share the ball around, and Grimes down low has been a huge plus side for this offense, and going forward into the postseason run in these rankings here in the 11 AAA girls standings. And if you're the Franklin sideline, you're growing. You're growing and you're learning and you're riding on number 30. Kate O'Neill out there is your quarterback of that offense and defense, and she's shown it tonight on that box score for the Lady Rebs.
5:45 to go in the ball game. .21 edge by Ravenwood.
Looks like Ravenwood's back to a man-to-man defense, switching it up generically here.
Nice baseline drive back out to O'Neill. And Kate O'Neill.
Great ball movement.
O'Neill with 16 points now.
Little drive and dish when that lane's clogged out. Nice little pop out by O'Neill, hitting from the elbow. See if Franklin could get into this lead just a little bit. Here in the closing
Got a lot of
minutes.
work to do. 4:45 to go, and they're down by 19.
I'm just, as far as just cutting into the lead, just showing the fight and keeping it going. And so far, defensively, they have not slowed down.
Probing, nice drive, but off the mark for Elizabeth Flynn, and Franklin comes away with it.
Nice save, Swiger.
Downtown is Bergen Ali again. And quickly back up the floor are the Lady Raptors. Nice up and under. Ooh. Unable to connect is Elizabeth Flynn, and Franklin able to come away with it. Inside, there's Kate O'Neill again.
Good
and
defense
nice defense by Grimes.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Excuse me.
Quick runner by Lexi Erickson. Erickson's had 3 threes tonight, but a 2 on the field goal.
That's an impressive player right there, the junior. Just slithering her way through the lane, right to the rim.
O'Neill on the block, tries to fight her way through a double team, keeps that pivot foot. And now Coach Andrew James will empty his bench as the Raptors have a 21-point lead as we approach 3 minutes to go in the ball game.
A little carry action there by Elizabeth Flynn, giving the Lady Rebels the ball back.
Lila Gardner, the freshman, now running the show. Quickly over to number 32, that's Hannah Less.
Wow, great hustle. Rachel Hillman.
O'Neill, that strong two-handed rebound.
So with this win by the Lady Raptors, Michael, it does look that'll put them to 6-4 in the league, and good momentum going into this latter half of this season into postseason. Gotta love the play by Grimes and Erickson.
Costello thought about that tray, kicks it to the corner. Gardner, errant pass taken away by Ravenwood. So we approach 2 minutes to go.
Elizabeth Flynn with the ball there with the steal, the freshman coming up
Long
big
downtown shot. That's Ava Levine. Ava Levine, her first 3 of the night. She's got 5 points.
The triggers are not stopped being pulled there by the Lady Raptors. Great shot there. Still stingy defense by Ravenwood.
Drive falls short for Rendorn as we approach 90 seconds to go. This one pretty much in the books. 24-point edge for the Raptors. And again, Coach Andrew James will get some of his newer players in the game, as does Coach Jay Johnson. Try to get a couple of the names called here. Georgia McNamara, the junior guard, seeing her some playing time tonight.
McKnight again coming up big defensively. She's been there all night for the Rebels.
Downtown and off. Trying to get into the scoring column as we take up to a minute.
Big offensive rebounds by the Lady Rebels.
Lauren McKnight, she'll head to the line for 2. .9 seconds to go in the ball game. McKnight unable to connect on the first one. Very few foul shots tonight. I have only had that as the 8th and 9th foul shot for Franklin tonight.
Freshman Lily Ernest into the game for the Lady Rebels down low. Getting some time in here in the closing seconds. Good defense there by Hammond.
So the waning seconds of this one, Ravenwood comfortably ahead by 24. Help us out with our records again, Parker.
So with this, it'll take Ravenwood to 5-5. Excuse me. Currently 4-5. 5-5 in district play. 10-9 total, and the Lady Rebels to 5-15, 1-9 in district play. So putting the Lady Raptors right in smack dab in the middle, in between Independence and Summit. Depending on how tonight goes, could jolt them into 4th place. But right now, the 4-5 matchup in the postseason is what the Lady Raptors are looking at. And Coach James and company coming off a big home win tonight with good momentum moving forward.
So you're right, some growing pains for the Lady Rebels, for the new veteran, Jay Johnson,
right.
who has taken over the girls program, his first time back in the coaching seat in a lot of years. So there you have it. The first game comes to its conclusion, 56-32. Ravenwood takes the win over the Franklin Lady Rebels. We are back for our second game. Stay tuned for our boys game. between the same two squads. You're watching the WC-TV Game of the Week.